We're going to do something different today. Have you ever heard the phrase, never play to the gallery? It is in a lot of show business, you hear that, politics, you hear that. Never play to the gallery. Now, what we'll do today is I'm going to vent a little bit today and talk about that very statement, what it means. And at the same time, I'm going to restring this guitar for a friend of mine. This beautiful white Gretsch Electromatic. It's kind of like a Les Paul deal. Well, I'm going to clean this up. I don't know if I'm going to get through the whole thing while we're here together. But while I'm getting this set up, check out what David Bowie had to say about this. This is who actually got me. This little phrase has been in my head for so long. Check it out.
Yes, never play to the gallery. I think, but you never learn that until much later on, I think. But never work for other people at what you do. Always remember that the reason that you initially started working was that there was something inside yourself that you felt that if you could manifest it in some way, you would understand more about yourself and how you coexist with the rest of society. I think it's terribly dangerous for an artist to fulfill other people's expectations. I think they generally produce their worst work when they do that.
Wow, man. I mean, he says it. If you've ever been in a situation, it basically means never play to the gallery. It means don't play for other people. It's a bit, easy in the musician terms, like I played to the gallery for too long. I played everyone else's music, I played for the wrong reasons. I played for paychecks, and it was fun for, I did have fun for a while. But what happens when you play to the gallery is a part of you starts not getting fulfilled, and a part of you starts resenting the thing that you love. I can only use my example. And for the new people here, thank you. For the 14 subscribers, thank you so much. I'm like beyond psyched about it all. And we did have one hater. We did have a hater. I made it in YouTube. I got my first dick bag. Network 23 and more said, dude, still playing with toys, calling people losers? LOL. Well, Network 23, you got it wrong. It's dude with pacemaker. I'm Pacemaker J. So it's dude with pacemaker playing with toys and calling people losers. Well, I don't remember calling anyone a loser ever on there. And if I do call people losers, I call losers losers. So yeah, I don't think I did that in the video. And I don't play with the toys normally, but I do sometimes, and I will play with the toys on my channel. In fact, if I wasn't dealing with playing with this toy and getting some work done, I'd probably have the wrestling figures out. So yeah, sometimes I play with them, but they're more like trophies. These are trophies from a once great time period that's long gone, that we'll never see again. It's called the 80s. Anyway, and the 90s. So never play to the gallery. And there's more to that clip as well, but it basically just means, man, the more you start to sell out and sell yourself off. For me, it was music, and I always sold myself because all the big gigs like in town here, they're all cover bands. It's all, and there's some money to be made, at least there was, and there are some bands that still do make some money. And there's some show bands, and yeah, they do covers. But I'm talking about these 60-year-old guys, 70. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm talking about like these 50, 60-year-old guys, even guys in their mid-40s like me. And they're acting like they're Guns N' Roses 89 at the Ritz. Like, dude, it's bizarre. And it's like they like playing to the gallery. That they're told that's all that they can do. Like, you get in these cover bands, you got to play Sweet Child of Mine, you got to play Sweet Caroline, all the sweet songs. You got to play Train. Oof. You got to play all this stuff, But I'm not afraid to say it. I don't like any of this shit. And I liked it for a little while. I'm a good sport. I wanted to play these gigs and get my guitar playing scene and be noticed and get other work, hopefully. I was in at one time. I was in a band in town here called Hit and Run, and I'm not expecting. Actually, I don't care who watches this from town. If you hear it, oh well. But they're like the biggest band like in town as far as they were anyways. And when I got into that band, it was in like That was in like 2014, and they were already kind of fizzling a little bit. But these guys get big, big summer gigs, festivals, nice paying money. And there was so much funny business there too. I know the games that people play, and that the band leader was playing, and I was willing to look the other way to get some of the glory and to be seen in front of thousands of people at times, and there was a lot of glory to that gig, and that was playing for the wrong reason. I got into playing guitar. I mean, yeah, I guess afterwards, of course, did I like attention and things like that? Of course, who doesn't? But there's a point where you can't fool yourself, and you're just playing to the gallery, and you're just doing what other people think they want you to do. And if that thing doesn't, I'm I like to play a lot of different music. I like everything, right? But when every set, every gig is the same stuff, I just decided that I became a worse guitar player playing in these bands. I'm not joking. Now you would see me play out and say, "Wow, you sound great! Like you're nailing all the solos." Yeah, as far as parts, sure, I was nailing the parts, but it has nothing to do with playing your instrument and being expressive and the artistry involved. And that's that connection with with your true self. When that's missing, no amount of money is going to fulfill that. And then I'm dreading these gigs. I'm dreading the people that go to these gigs, the hangers on, the drunks, the groupies. It's just too much trouble for the compensation. So I bring this to you today, like this guy here, whatever his name was, talking about I play with my like what does that guy have going on where he has to put that comment? I have 14 subscribers. Dude, I have 14 subscribers and you're going to talk shit to a guy with a pacemaker that's not playing. It's like you're starting shit because I guess you're jealous. But I wish you the best anyway out there. But I mean, these are the people that I'm talking about that hide behind the keyboards and say stupid shit like that. It just blows my mind. And it's so easy, and I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but we've become such a society of just making sure we make everyone happy with ourselves, whether it's music or playing or time or regardless of what it is. Family stuff, like, holiday stuff, that was tricky for me these past holidays because I don't love the way my family operates, especially the last, I'd say, 5 to 7 years, and I kind of opted out. We're supposed to make plans as a family, not everyone just telling me what we're doing. It was just very weird. I know I sound crazy tonight. I know I sound a little tired. It was a weird long day. At the moment, I'm not playing out. I'm burned out. I don't want to see drunks. I don't want to hear Don't Stop Believing. I don't want to hear Living on a Prayer. I don't want to play those songs. I don't want a talk box in my mouth. I don't want a wedge in front of me blasting. I don't want any of that. I don't care how much money it is. So I do these things once in a while now. Now you have to understand, I was doing over 100 shows a year in this band I was in. Maybe not that many, maybe about 80 shows. Still, you're talking during work, working a 40, 45-hour a week job, taking care of a house, all this other stuff. Don't forget, I'm Pacemaker Jay. I got a pacemaker, man. I don't want to get too crazy because I don't want to blow the wheels off this thing. And you get into bad habits, even if you say you won't, the drinking was crazy. And I always said, oh, I won't be an alcoholic, won't be an alcoholic. And then I'm drinking every day, so what else would you call it? All these habits and not working out as much, not eating right, and skip, what do they call cutting corners? Can't even talk. But I remember thinking, like, man, I'm going to these gigs and I'm thinking, shit, I got to say no next time because I should have said no. And that's a very important lesson. Learn how to say no. Telling you, because then you're saying yes to you. Whenever you're saying yes to everyone else, you're saying no to you. Now, sometimes, yeah, I'm not saying be an asshole and don't help people out and don't give of your time, of course. But when you get that sinking feeling and you don't want to do something, just say no. Even if it's even if it's a family thing, pipe up and say, hey, how about, one of my ideas, or how about we do it this way? Now I understand there's times you just got to suck it up. I understand this. But at my age, and I don't have kids in that, like, I don't need to pander to anybody, including family on Christmas. But there is an update on that. I did see my family recently for at a birthday, and it was actually pretty nice. Like about 10 days ago, maybe a week ago. So it was cool, man. Things have changed. You know, things can definitely change, but you have to stand up for yourself and not get walked all over. These guys get so cute in these cover bands. They get such a false sense of importance. And I don't care who I piss off. I was one of these people too. I used to think my shit didn't stink. I'd walk into these gigs like I'm Eddie Van Halen, just because, you know, people are going to be, I know it's going to be a packed house. And I know I got a great guitar sound and this and that. It was never about me. So I'm a dickbag for thinking that. But I grew up and learned, and years ago I figured out, hey man, this is weird. This don't feel right. And then when you stop drinking, you stop doing these bad habits, you look back and you go, oh, Jesus, what have you done, Jay? What kind of guy were you? And then you start getting sharper. Like I'm so much sharper. Am I perfect? No one's perfect. And even the guy that commented I'd play with toys. You could just not watch, like you think you're gonna get all the answers on YouTube. You're never gonna get all the answers anywhere. The only answers you're going to get are from within. I'm hoping that myself and these people that, you know, the people that we watch and follow trigger that inside of us so we can help ourselves. You know, and if nothing more, it's great to just be able to relate to someone, you know. If you've been screwed around, especially if you're a musician, and like some of these guys, I'm all about looking great, being in good shape, and looking great on stage and dressing up. Beautiful. But when these guys are so serious and they got the face and they're never smiling, and they're flexing when they're holding the guitar and they're in there like, and it's especially sad when they're older. It just is. It just comes off so lame and trying so hard. My focus has been on the YouTube thing, my story with my heart and my pacemaker, trying to wrap this all in to help the world and not just help, you know, myself and musicians. No offense to musicians, but I'm on a different mission here at the moment. So at least I got the strings off this thing. So I'll finish the restring probably in the morning. I just wanted to get the strings off and vent. And I'm sorry if I look a little tired. I want to thank my subscribers. If you agree with this, if you agree with anything I'm saying, just put a hell yeah in the comments. Hell yeah. And I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. I'll get the coffee flowing. And I'll play a jam on this. Oh, shit. If I don't break it. And I'll have the coffee flowing tomorrow, and I'll throw down, I'll record a little jam on this. So thank you so much to everybody who watched the Old Heads video. I got my first 400 views. Like, that's really, really cool. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Be good.